This next segment might be helpful to Mark Jackson or any other A-League coaches looking at recruitment next season. We've been asked to put together our off-contract 11. So a team of players who are coming off contract at the end of this season, available on free transfers. There's a fair bit on the market, Tommy.
Yeah.
Can you take us through your 11 first of all?
Yep. And it is worth saying, some of these players may have re-signed or signed elsewhere.
We don't know about them.
They haven't been announced, so we're only going off the information available to us. But
on transfermarket.com.
Exactly. So
one of the great resources.
So I have Redmayne in goal. Obviously, he's been on the periphery this season, but
still can do a job in the A-League, I think, and I think should be doing one at Sydney at the moment.
Agreed.
But that's another story.
And then I have Klur, Kaltak, Alex Grant, and Sutton as the defenders, and I think Garuccio's a little bit stiff to miss out on that.
I have the same back four, except I have Garuccio in.
And the only reason I chose Sutton was an age thing. Obviously a lot younger. Garuccio's towards the end of his career, but still, he's in great form this season. So either of them would be great. I've got Anthony Caceres and Jake Holman as my midfielders. Then the front four, what a front four this is. It's Azani, Segacic, Yakulis, and Botic.
Yeah, my midfield forward line almost exactly the same. I've just got Bratton in as the second holder next to Anthony Caceres.
Yep.
Holman in the 10 and no Jackalis.
Gotcha.
But there's some mad 11s, to be honest. Those are some good players on the market. And I don't think, we've said this before, but Segacic, Botic, I think they're going overseas. I don't think they're going to be available to other A-League clubs. But, man, there's some quality there, particularly, I've struggled that Caceres is off contract, to be honest.
I know. I mean, if you take him out of that Sydney FC midfield, I think that there's a huge hole to fill. They obviously lost Luke Bratton last season. I think they should be doing whatever they need to do to keep him.
He probably won't go anywhere. He loves the club. But if you're a Mariners or Newcastle and you've got a little bit of dosh lying around, imagine putting Anthony Caceres in that Newcastle team.
Changes the whole picture. And, I think that if you're Sydney FC, are there any Aussie players like Anthony Caceres available? No. And we said the same thing last year about Luke Bratton. He won't leave Sydney FC. He's too comfortable, and he left. So, you can never judge a book or be too presumptuous in this situation. So I think that, that list, there's some great players that teams could pick up.
Just finally, Jake Holman. Tell me a little bit about what you rate about him, because I see a player who can potentially explode in the next couple of seasons and probably doesn't get, because he's at MacArthur, don't talk about, and because they're not having a top season, don't talk about him as much, but we probably should.
No, I played with him obviously at MacArthur, and he was definitely probably the biggest young talent at the club coming through when I was there. I think he's fantastic. He can play on the wing, he can play anywhere in midfield. He's so good on the ball. He's a willing runner. He makes good forward runs, technically very good. Sydney FC youth product is worth saying. So he left Sydney FC to go to MacArthur.
Brother's still there.
Exactly. So good footballing family, sisters play as well. So, I think that he's a player who has a really high ceiling. He's quite experienced for his age too. He has shades of like an Angus Thurgate where, you think, oh, he's actually a lot younger than I thought he was. So I think that he's got a great career ahead of him, and I think MacArthur should be doing everything they can to try and keep him.
There you go. Tommy. Recruitment is easy.
Yeah.